Heavy rain and snow, flooding, stronger hurricanes, climate change and extreme weather are impacting every one of us. Here in the DMV, we're all vulnerable to flooding and other catastrophic weather events. And that includes people looking to buy homes. As meteorologist Chester Lampkin shows us, there's now an organization that brings climate change information to the home buying process so you can protect yourself and your biggest investment.
We moved in February of 2019.
Okay, so February 19.
Yes.
House is done. Ms. Miller and her husband moved from their hermit home of 25 years to the community of Delray, Virginia. The couple thought they were far away from the flood zone area of Alexandria. But 1 year after settling in,
we have had 4 floods here.
Right.
So we had 2 in 2020. After the first 2020, we rebuilt for the second time.
Sure.
And literally, it was a week after we had just put everything back. We flooded again in that September flood.
The Millers were fortunate their homeowners and flood insurance covered some of those rebuilding costs. They made modifications to protect their home from future floods.
And you can see where we've elevated the mulch. It still would spill over, especially with waves. So we have started the sandbags around here. Water will come through there, so they tried to waterproof that. We've raised all the vents and electrical for that.
Their story highlights the concerns of climate change and increasingly extreme weather for home buyers.
How do we know what we should do to protect ourselves and our families and our homes and our investments? And this is one way to do it, is get the information to the hands of people that can use it.
Dr. Ed Kearns is with First Street, a nonprofit that makes climate risk data for every known address in the U.S. He worked as the chief data officer with NOAA for 12 years.
One of the things that's coming to the DMV area is sea level rise, right? So everybody's aware of this. It's changing that kind of high frequency persistent flood risk that you see from high tide.
In addition to sea level rise, heavy rain is a major factor to flooding in our region.
When it does rain heavily, it's harder and harder to get rid of those waters year after year. And the heavy rainfalls, the frequency of them is changing as well.
Dr. Kearns says the data First Street offers can predict what those climate changes will be not just today, but over the next 30 years. Even realty companies like Redfin purchases the data to post in its home listings.
And what they have found is that after being exposed to this information about what the environmental risks are and what the climate change risks are, that their customers' behavior is changing. They're starting to put bids in on houses that have lower risk.
But FEMA tells us about 1/3 of all flood claims come from outside of the flood zones.
If you look around your home and your neighborhood and you see lots of paving going on, just remember if it rains, that water has to go somewhere.
Sure.
And so you're probably seeing your risk increase right before your eyes based on that development. And the reality is we're all at risk.
FEMA's deputy director, Jeff Jackson, says the agency uses modeling and data sets to see where climate change has increased the risk of flooding.
The statistic that we use is that an inch of water can cost as much as $25,000 in damage. And we've seen that time and again. Small amounts of water, 1, 2, 3 inches, that cost tens of thousands of dollars to repair.
And for Ms. Miller, when rain is in the forecast,
I'm watching the radar.
and checking her apps in hopes of not having her home flood a 5th time.
It's been frustrating. It's been a lot of anxiety.
Meteorologist Chester Lampkin, WUSA 9.